Get another DJs BrewTube beer review. Well, I've got my workout on. It's time for a reward beer. I don't want no candy. I don't want no cake. I want some brew. So where am I going to go to get my reward beer today? I'm going to go to Victory Brewing Company out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania, US of A. Yay, yay. And I'm going to have their Anniversary 19 Ale. Now, Anniversary 19 Ale is an APA. I surmise, since it's their anniversary beer, it's been brewed once. That's what the rating services say. Well, but they aren't always right, are they? Because I saw a beer on Victory's website called Hop Ticket, and it was pretty much like this. It was their Hop Ticket Session IIPA or something like that, and the ingredients were almost the same. Now, speaking of ingredients of this 4.5% ABV and 45 IBU beer, the malts for this are Pilsner and Carapils, and the hops, excuse me, are Simcoe, Citra, and Chinook. I like all those hops. I like a tasty sessionable beer, a sessional IPA. Now, the only one that I've had that I've really, really liked, I guess, are like sessionable pale ales, has been Sunshine Daydream from, excuse me, from Fatheads that my good buddy, the Johnny G, sent me. Shout out to you, Johnny G. Oh, yeah, this is a PA beer. Shout out to you, Paul, PA Brew News. Anywho, good how we got that out of the way. I didn't mind so much, like, Neon Gypsy that was down here. That's a lighter version. I had this duck pin. These are all in that sessionable range. Maybe they're not 4.5% and they stick to the strict standards of what a session beer is, but you and I guys know it's what you're down for drinking, what you can handle, and those standards of alcohol, you know, by volume stuff really don't apply these days. It's mostly bullshit. So anyways, I'm going to dismount the pulpit, stop talking story, get the top popped on this, get it in the glass, and tell you what's up with the Anniversary 19 Ale from Victory. Boom, nice hiss off the top, obsessively collectible crown, and of course I will continue to obsess, because that's what I do. So, let's get it in the glass. Oh, man, that is clear as day. Going in the glass, fizzy, Coca-Cola sounding, sort of, or soda pop sounding, brew going into the glass. Like I mentioned, quite pale yellow, crisp white head, super tight bubbles around the sides, lots of active carbonation coming up from the bottom, a little bit of soap sudsy in the center of that head puck. We're down to about a little over a quarter finger real quick when I swirl it. I think we're going to maybe get some glass lacing. Yep, no alcohol legs to speak of course. You don't expect that on a 4.5% ABV beer, but it looks a lot like a Pilsner, or, you know, hoppy, not like a non-typical, you know, pale ale. A lot of them that you see these days have a little bit more caramel malt in them, but you know what? Maybe you got to hold back on that. But I can tell you one thing: I can smell hops wafting off the top of this big time. So it's time to get my nose in this glass and tell you what's up in the aroma department. Wow, lots of tangerine, not orange so much. I'm getting a lot of tangerine off this. Piney, grass, a little bit of dankness in there. Some malty sweetness, maybe some caramel sweetness and biscuity malt sweetness. But tons of citrus. It smells a really nice smelling beer. This is one of the best smelling, I haven't tasted yet, but best smelling session IPAs that I've smelled so far. But a really nice tangerine, almost like a clementine sort of tangerine sweetness. And that's the dominant aroma with a little bit of pine, a little bit of floral, and some dankness playing in the background with those biscuity malts and caramel. That's it for the aroma. Of course, there's no alcohol in a 4.5%, or if there is, that would be instant drain pour probably. Time to dive in because I'm thirsty and I've earned it. Cheers. Tastes like, in the beginning, straight up tangerine juice. Very light, very thin, watery beer. It's a session beer. In the body, of course. Got some nice glass lacing like I suspected. It's not super citrusy or citric acid tasting like a lot of these beers are. These session IPAs, because the body is so light and the malt bill is so small. I think once you start getting below that 5% mark, man, beers really start to thin out. and there's nothing, you know, component-wise in the Pilsner and the Carapils malt to really build the body up here and support these hops, I think, in some ways, but that tangerine flavor is in there. It doesn't translate as well in the flavor as it does the aroma. This is one of those beers, I think, that smells better than it tastes. Yeah, it's a gorgeous smelling beer. Very easy to drink. Effervescent carbonation. Smooth, a little bit zippy in the mouth feel. No alcohol, of course, present at all. It has a semi-dry, dryish bitter back end, like sort of herbal, piney bitter back end, mixed with like some caramel and biscuity flavors in your mouth. It's a tasty beer, but I wish the aroma translated into the flavor. This is very fresh. There's still, it's beginning of January. This beer just came out. I think this is maybe a week and a half on the market, and this good clear through into June. So super fresh. I'm drinking this as fresh as I could possibly get it, and it's a good, tasty beer. But it's just lacking that little bit of, like, I don't know, component sweetness to balance it out. It's not a bad beer. I would drink it again. I don't think I'd seek it out again. But for a Session IPA, and let me take another taste here before I pass judgment. It's not a bad beer, but I don't think I would pick this over just a pale ale because, you know, you're 4.5%. If you're going for a 5.6%er like one of these are, or 6%, it's not that much different, especially if you're having it with a meal or something. And these aren't that much heavier, but they bring a lot more total flavor package. And that's the thing that I think separated Sunshine Daydream from this and maybe some of the IPLs that are out there. They have a crisper, cleaner finish. Or Sunshine Daydream, in its case, has a more present flavor that more closely matches its aroma. So, that's my thoughts on it. Anyway, so what do we grade a beer like this? Rate Beer's giving it a 94, which totally shocks me, because this ain't an 8 or 10% beer. I'm not down with 94. That's like a higher A-, and this beer ain't getting that for me. Beer Advocate's giving it 84. That's like a B. I think, you know, Virgin on like B-. I think I'm going to give it 83. It's not a bad beer, but it's nothing that blows your socks off. These Session IPAs just, for the most part, most of them just don't get it. They don't make that mark. And they did this for an anniversary ale, which is cool and everything, but man, I think I would have done something a little more special than this, or if I would have done this, I would have totally freaking nailed it or done an IPL or something like that. But it's decent beer. If you guys have tried it, let me know what you think. Maybe my opinion's wrong. I don't know. But right now, tasting this, I've had my workout on. I was quite thirsty, wanting to drink this beer with more thirst on, because that's what these are, good quenchers. But it's okay, but nothing right home to mama about. So, to the next DJs BrewTube, if you could do me a big favor, and think globally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. So more attempts at awesome Session IPLs like this are made, because eventually we're all going to find one that we really like and we're saying, damn, that's my session beer of choice, period. But my session beer of choice is kind of like Russian Imperial Stout, but that's another personal problem, isn't it? But Johnny the Sun Drinker joins me, so it's okay if you have someone to be your cohort, right? Oh, maybe not. Anyway, so till then, remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and hit the like button. And remember that I appreciate each and every one of you. Because without you, I'd just be talking to myself, which I kind of am now anyway, but yeah, you get it. So, to the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a bunch of session beer drinking love for you. And you know what's coming, that's right, a big ass, a peace out!